Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is Yasso here. So, what I'm doing today is that I'm challenging myself to take on the Force Affinity clan boss with all Spirit Affinity champions, and all of my team has to be epic champions. Now, the challenge is that I have to do enough damage to be able to get the top chest in Nightmare with just 2 keys. Now, it might sound like, hey, it's 2 keys, that's easy to do, but it's not exactly a walk in the park for most players. When I do these challenges, I'm limited on which champions that I can use, and also it forces me to use champions that majority of the Raid Shadow Legend players will often not see on a clan boss team. So on my team today, I have Heikatoon as my lead, and having Heikatoon as my lead means that I'll be running a speed team. Basically, her aura increases my team speed, and what I'm going to do is to lap the clan boss so that my entire team can go 4 turns to the clan boss's 3 turn. Next, I have Stag Knight on my team, and he's there so that I can put up the decreased attack and the decreased defense. And also, because Stag Knight's A2 is a 3 turn cooldown, then having him go 4 turns to the clan boss's 3 turn will allow Stag Knight to put up the decreased attack and decreased defense whenever that debuff does fall off of the clan boss. For my damage unit, I have Occult Brother, and because he's going to have a lot of turn manipulation, and also from the increased speed buff that Heikatoon is going to be putting up, then Occult Brother is going to be putting up a lot of poisons. And for my support units, I have 2 on my team. Let's talk about the first one, Stillskull. And Stillskull is there to help by putting up a little bit more poisons, and that's going to add to my damage output. However, his main role is to help heal my team and also to put up the increased defense buff. And then my second support, Zelota. And Zelota is on my team to put up the shield buff and the continuous heal. So my goal with Zelota is to have him block as much damage as possible from the clan bosses AoE 1 and AoE 2. So the common thing about my team is that they all need to be fast, and this is very important because, for example, as I mentioned earlier, Stag Knight's A2, it is a 3 turn cooldown that places the 2 debuffs for only 2 turns. So in order for him to replace the debuffs whenever it falls off, then I need him to be fast enough to go twice before the debuff falls off, so that he can cut in and replace the debuffs. Also, Stillskull and Zelota's abilities are 4 turn cooldowns. So what I want them to be able to do is to be able to rotate through their entire abilities within the clan boss attack cycle. And the only way to do that is to get my entire team to go 4 turns to the clan boss's 3 turn. So to get the team working together, then I need speed, and that's why I have Heikatoon as my lead. Heikatoon is currently the best Spirit Affinity epic champion for that role. Her aura buffs speed, and then her kit increases the turn meter and also gives a 30% increased speed for 2 turns. And again, this will help my team to go 4 turns to the clan boss's 3 turn. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to speed up the clan boss battle, we're going to listen to some music, and then at the end of the video, I'll go over my team stats and gears. Alright, so we did 23 million damage. And also check out these other screenshots of other team compositions that I ran with the All Spirit Affinity Epic Champions. So let's talk about my gears. My gears are pretty straightforward. On Heikatoon, I decided to go with Lifesteal and Speed set. And the gloves and the chest are both defense percentage, and then the boots are speed. And let's take a look at her stats real quick here. So what I was trying to aim for was pretty much anything over 30k HP and 3k defense. And if you look at her, I have her at 3.6, not 3.6, but 36k HP and 3.5k defense. And the two stats will help keep Heikatoon alive. And then I have her speed at 219. And basically these three stats are the stats that we want to look at for her. We don't have to worry about the resistance or accuracy. If you do build up your crit rate and crit damage, then she's going to be able to put up more damage. And then for her masteries, I went with the offense and defensive tree. And the offense tree is basically there to get more damage out of Heikatoon. And then the defense tree is there to mitigate damage. Alright, so let's look at Stag Knight. And on Stag Knight, I have Lifesteal and Accuracy set. And the Lifesteal set, again, that's there to help him self-sustain. And then the Accuracy is to give him additional accuracy stats, and that will help him land his debuffs. And for his stats, it's very similar to Heikatoon. What I was trying to aim for was at least 30k HP and 3k defense. And on him, I have him at 40k HP, and then his defense is right where I wanted to be at. And then his speed is 222, and the other stats that really matter on him is his accuracy, which I have at 244. And then for his masteries, I went with the offense and the support tree. Again, the offense is basically for damage. What you really want to do is to either grab War Master or Giant Slayer. And with Phys 1, the War Master was more beneficial, and that's what I went with. And then for the support tree, what you really want to get on Stag Knight is the Sniper, and that gives his A2 an additional 5%. And if you don't have this, his A2 has a 95% of landing, and basically the extra 5% gives it 100%. Alright, so next up we got Occult Brother, and what I have on him is Lifesteal and Accuracy set. And again, the Lifesteal is there for self-sustain, and the Accuracy set is to give him that additional 40 accuracy, which will help him land his debuff. And what I actually wanted on Occult Brother was also to aim for 30k HP and 3k defense. And for the HP, I definitely went well over that. I have him at 40k HP, and then his defense is 2.3k. And then the next stats that we really want to look at is his speed and then his accuracy. So for his speed, I have Occult Brother at 190, and then his accuracy is 231. And for his masteries, I went with offense and support tree. Again, just like Stag Knight, the offense is there for more damage. We went with War Master again. And then for the support tree, we went with Sniper. And also another thing I forgot to talk about when I went over Stag Knight is that you want to grab Master Hexer. That gives the champion a 30% chance to extend the debuff. And when you extend that debuff, it's gonna help your team out. Alright, and then the next champion here, my first support champion, and that's Stillskull. And Stillskull, I have him built with Lifesteal and Speed set. And again, the Lifesteal is there for self-sustain, and then the Speed set is there to give him additional speed stats. And for his stats, just like the others, I was aiming for 30k HP and 3k defense. And as we can see here, his health is at 36k, and then his defense is at 3.1k. And I do want Stillskull to be really fast, so I have Stillskull at 233 speed. That's the reason I have speed set on him, is to get his speed high. And then his accuracy is also another stats that we want. He's at 241, and that's to help Stillskull land his poisons from his A1. And then for the masteries, I went with offense and defensive tree. And the offense tree, again, that's there for damage. And then I decided to go with the defensive tree because I wanted to mitigate as much damage as possible with Stillskull. Whenever I run him in my counterattack comps, you know, I prefer the defense tree over the support tree. Although, if you do need the accuracy and you do want the sniper and the master hexer, then definitely go with the support tree instead. Alright, and then finally there's Zelota. So for Zelota, I built him really different from the other champions. I have all immortal sets, and basically that's so that I get the passive heal, that he's going to heal himself by 3% every turn, and with 3 of these on there, that's about 9% every time he gets his turn. And for his stats, on Zelota, because of his ability, I actually really want high HP on him. So Zelota has 66k HP, and we'll talk about the stats before we talk about his ability real quick. So his defense is at 3.2k. Basically, that's going to help him survive. And then his speed, we have him at 208. And at the other stats, in terms of clan boss, you don't have to worry too much about it. But on my build, I actually have my accuracy up a little bit here. So I have his accuracy at 194. And that's basically because I use Zelota in my Undead Faction Wars. And that's why I have his accuracy high. But against the clan boss, you don't need any of these stats right here. And let's go over his masteries. And on his masteries, I went with the offense tree and the support tree. Again, the offense tree is very similar to all my other champions. It's there for additional damage. And then for the support tree, what I decided to go with was, of course, the max HP. He doesn't need the accuracy. And then everything else was to increase the shield buff. So that's shield, again, that's shield. And this is to extend the buffs that's cast by this champion. And basically that's to help him, I believe, yeah, this ability here. So that's to help him put up a bigger shield. The reason for having Zelota on the team, as I mentioned before, is to place a shield on all allies equal to 20% of this champion's max HP. And he places a continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. So what we really care about is the shield. Again, I mentioned earlier that the goal is to have that tank the first AoE and the second AoE from the clan boss. Alright, and that's about it for this video here. And again, what I try to do sometimes is to try to present different teams when battling the clan boss. And sometimes I'll try bringing like a different champion onto my team comp, and that way we get to see how this champion is actually used. And yeah, that's what I like to do. And again, if you like the video, please click the like button below and subscribe, and I thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.